Hey, what is up guys? So we are going to be taking a look at Mistake, which is a new trap card that's continuous, that's going to be in Shadow Specters, and it's kind of like a Thunder King. It's Thunder King in trap form. I wish they had Thunder King on the artwork of this, but anyways, let's go ahead and check out its effect because it really hurts the tier 1 decks. So it says, neither player can add cards from their decks to their hand except by drawing them. So what does that hurt as far as like high tier decks? Well, it hurts the Elemental Dragons because no longer can they keep on banishing and adding them free cards, and it hurts the Spellbooks because Spellbooks then cannot, go off with Judgment Day. They can't search with the Spellbook Magician of Prophecy. They can't search with the Spellbook of the Master. They can't search with the Spellbook of Secrets. That really does slow down the deck a lot. There's actually a card that's very similar to Mistake. It's actually already out. It's called Deck Lockdown, and it reads, neither player can add cards from their deck to their hand except by drawing them. Monsters cannot be special summoned from the main deck, and you destroy this card during the second standby phase after activation. So that definitely does, have more benefits in the short term because, something like Marilla Abyss Lind, she can no longer special summon the cards because you can't special summon monsters from the main deck. So that's pretty good in that aspect, and I feel like the game is fast enough to where if you get this card early on, you only really need 2-second standby phases. If that effect hurts them to the point where they can't play, you only really need those few turns, especially if you're playing a deck like Mermails or let's say something like Six Samurais, which can just OTK really fast, and you don't really need those multiple turns. Whereas Mistake has that ability to just, linger on the field and become very annoying for those decks. Now, the thing is, most of these high tier decks already side deck Mystical Space Typhoon. Because Imperial Iron Wall is a card that's super, side decked right now against Elemental Dragons and against Spellbooks, because remember, they cannot banish for High Priestess effect, they can't banish for Spellbook of Fate. It definitely does hurt them, so they usually already side deck MST. And now that might cause them to perhaps main deck Mystical Space Typhoons because of, the new card Mistake, which is coming out, and that card definitely does hurt them. But the thing is, Elemental Dragons, they can still go off, they can still go baby Elemental Dragons, and they can still just make Draco Sack and just pop that card and be like, it's fine, next turn I'm going to start banishing everything and I'm going to go off. So, the thing with Mistake is it doesn't stop them from banishing, it just stops them from going super plus. But the thing is, I don't know if you, depending on what deck you're playing, you might not be able to still keep up with the speed of some of these decks. But like I said, guys, I feel like the Blaster obviously can just pop instantly, and Spellbooks, they do happen to have like Wisdom and Power, so if they just special summon High Priestess of Prophecy, they can just get it out. It's still relatively decent for attack. You can just activate the effect of Wisdom or the effect of Spellbook of Power, then you have a card in your grave, then you can just High Priestess pop because Mistake doesn't stop you from banishing, it just stops you from adding cards, and then you can essentially just go off from there. So I'm not sure how relevant this card is. A lot of you guys were really excited about this card. I was reading some of the comments over on the ARG page. However, I feel like still the meta deck is just too fast, and they should just already have outs to just simply one cards. And like I said, because of Imperial Iron Wall, Mystical Space Typhoon is already a card that majority of them will side deck at 3 if they don't main deck 1. A lot of these decks, like E-Dragons and Spellbooks, they usually don't play too many MSTs, if any at all. Maybe it might be like 1 or 2, but definitely not 3 in the main deck. But they definitely do side deck them, so that is the thing. Oh, also, you could always side deck Breaker if you're playing the Prophecy or Spellbook deck. But yeah, Deck Lockdown, very similar to Mistake, but Mistake is forever, so that's a pretty cool card, and I like the artwork on it. It actually shows Sangan, and I think is it Giant Orc. I think they're getting on the wrong bus, but pretty cool card. But yeah, it's basically Thunder King in a trap card form. Why is Thunder King at 2 still? I don't know. Like, we really just need Thunder King back at 3. Not that Thunder King is a card that most players play at 3 right now anyways, but it's a fantastic card against Spellbooks. If I was playing against Spellbook, I would love to have 3 in the main deck. But anyways, let me know what your guys' thoughts are on Mistake, if you guys know any combos with it. I guess this plus Imperial Iron Wall would hurt a lot, because then it would shut down like Spellbooks even harder, because then they couldn't pop it. But like I said, they're going to be side decking Mystical Space Typhoons anyways. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Have a great day. Asian Eyes, signing out.